So this is Gardenfield School. We actually date back to 1896. Back in the day, Gardenfield School was actually in the town. It was in Catherine Street. So quite different, to imagine that bustling town centre with a school in it, which has now grown to this side. But in the 1970s, the school moved over to the site that it's currently on, this huge site that we have. We've grown to be a 3-form of entry school. That means 3 classes in each year group, and that's grown over time. And what that does provide us with is some excellent resources because of the size of our school and the amount of land that we've got. So what you will see as we go round is lots of outdoor space, which is well utilised by our teaching team. Let's go and have a look. Okay, this is one of our many playgrounds. That's the upper middle playground. We're just going to go down to the lower playground.
Where's our ball started? Out in front of us.
Okay, lower middle playgrounds, and then behind me you'll see our school field, home of many football fixture, cross-country fixture, all kinds of sports that are played here at Gardenfields. Our curriculum is obviously at the heart of what we do at Gardenfields. We have a creative curriculum, which means it's a topic-based programme, and it's really important to enthuse our children in their learning. And what we do as part of this is, as well as following our main topics each year, we have different WOW weeks. Sometimes more than 1 week, sometimes they roll into 2 or 3 weeks, or maybe even half a term, where we focus on a particular area. So it might be something like, for example, our multicultural food week that we had. And this is something we've developed each year now. That's actually become a tradition where we all meet in the summer on the field. We have a range of cuisines from all over the world, provided by our parents, and all the children from reception right up to year 6 get a chance to go around the field, try the different food. They all have a little paper plate to try it, and then we have some singing and dancing at the end of the school day as well, and parents are welcome to come on site to finish the food and to enjoy the music and dancing. So that's the sort of thing that we try and do. We've had a STEAM week as well, where we've had different companies in from a range of different technologies, for example. So people from engineering, building, and they've come in. Sometimes they've been existing parents as well who are involved in some of those industries to come in and show the children what their learning actually looks like in real life, how it's applied. And we think that's really important. So the WOW weeks are very much a part of that school curriculum. And here we have our Daily Mile running track, which goes all the way around the perimeter of the school field. Important part of the children's learning experience here at Gardenfield. So the idea is with the Daily Mile that children they don't have to run, they can walk, they can jog. It's a social exercise rather than just purely about physical fitness, but obviously that is part of why we do it. We try and get children involved in lots of different sports as they go through the school. So all children really, by the time they leave Gardenfields, will have taken part in at least one, and often more than one, sporting festival of some sort. Others who perhaps are more competitive and want to take part in competition can enter into an extensive range of different after-school events. So we have football, we have netball, we have a cross-country running group as well, an athletics one. So there are lots of opportunities for the children there. But we also very much try try and encourage our children to take part in sport regardless of ability. That's really important for us. It's really about participation. We have lots and lots of different after-school clubs. Not all sporting ones, and we'll talk about some of those other ones later. But we do have a range of different sports available, even things like fencing, so not just your traditional things like netball and football, a full range. And we take part in lots of the local festivals, everything from golf to tag rugby, football, netball, lots of different sporting events. So this is just some of our outdoor space. There is plenty more, we'll see that as we go through the film, but we're going to go and have a look at some of the classrooms now. Where better to start than our reception classrooms. And here we are in our dedicated reception block. Okay, welcome to the reception area. We have, it really is its own sort of dedicated space for the reception children, because we have 3 classrooms that come off this area. This is, the central area is known as the atrium, so even here is set up for child initiated learning with different play activities. The beauty of this area is that children can roam between the 3 different classrooms and play in here as well during their child initiated play sessions. They do have other times, of course, where they are taught within the classrooms themselves, where they have discrete, perhaps English or maths lessons or phonics ones, and those would be more classroom based. Let's go and have a look at some of the rooms. Okay, this is Primrose Classroom, so the first of our 3 classrooms. Each room has a dedicated writing area, reading area, maths area and role play corner as well. So the children, the EYFS curriculum is about children learning very much through play. It's not just a free-for-all though. Each play activity is set up quite deliberately to enhance children's learning in the 7 areas of the early years foundation stage curriculum. And then we have Snowdrop Classroom. As I say, each room has a role play corner. Each one of these changes actually as we go through the school year, depending on what the topic is. But as I say, the beauty is that the children can move between the different rooms and explore the different role play areas and every other area as well. Another feature, actually, just to mention, of the early years is that they use something called Tapestry, which is an online assessment journal. The beauty of it is you can get to see what your children have studied during the school day, because it's an online journal. You can even upload activities that the children have done at home as well, or exciting places that they've visited, to tell us a bit about their development outside of school as well. So just another feature of our early years. Do a quick one here.
Yeah, and 3, 2.
And our second classroom, Bluebell Classroom. And this is just another little area, an art and craft and science area that we have. This area is full of little cubby holes, which is lovely, I think, and it's nice that the reception children pretty much have their own block to themselves. It's almost like their own miniature school all for themselves. They do access the playground though, which is also accessed by Year 1. And later on we'll be going over to the lower school hall area where they go for lunch. So they do access and see the rest of the school too, but more of that later. And this is our outdoor area, our early years foundation stage outdoor area. So the early years curriculum, it is a play-based learning curriculum. However, the play, the opportunities that are provided for play are very carefully chosen to fit in with the early learning goals from the early years foundation stage curriculum. So all the time the adults will be looking and watching and observing the children's learning, intervening where appropriately to take their learning forward, and thinking therefore about what opportunities they need to provide going forward for the children to develop further. So very well thought out play-based learning. There are then dedicated sessions, as I've said before, for English and also for maths, which are class-based, and really important that the children get those opportunities as well before they go on to year one, which is where we'll be going to next. Okay, now we're going to go to what we call our lower school area. It's our canteen area where our school kitchen is, and we've also got the year one classrooms. Walking. This is the director's cut. That's it, very good, well done. This is where I watch people walking. Okay, so this is our lower school hall area, and off of here we have three classrooms that come off this area. We use the Hearts Catering service for our dinners, so children can order either a hot meal, they can have a vegetarian hot meal, or they can have a prepared packed lunch as well. So three options. And they will come and sit here in our dining area, and also our lower school hall, which we'll see in a moment. Another feature of our school is we have our, so this building, this room behind me is called the Hub, and it's dedicated to our before and after school club. So children can come to school from 7:30, go to the Hub, and then from there be taken to their lessons, and then we have an after school club as well, so the children can come to that one and stay until 6 o'clock. So that's another feature of the school. And this is our lower school hall. So we have two schools, one in the lower school, one in the upper school, used for PE, for assemblies as well, drama, and sometimes for presentations in the evening. So a general purpose hall. Very fortunate to have two of them at the school.
Reach the bottoms. Yes, you can. Yes, you can, Isla. Leave her pinch the bottoms. There you go.
Okay, this is very typical of our year one classroom. So this is just one of them on our lower school floor, and this is beach class, Miss Campbell's class. Okay, we've seen one of our year one classes. I'm going to take you through the school now, showing you a classroom from each of our different year groups. We're going on to our year 2 and 3 corridor. Okay, so this is a year 2 classroom. This is large classroom, so quite typical of the classrooms on the year 2 and 3 corridor. Each one fitted as well with one of these Promethean screens. In fact, we've recently updated several of our interactive whiteboards, and this one is particularly good, really decent bit of kit. And ICT is something we're really trying to develop at the school. We've expanded our range of IT for the children, so we now have 2 sets of 32 Chromebooks, and each year we're buying an additional 32, and also providing each room with between 4 and 6 that they can use in their classrooms just on a day-to-day as it's needed basis. But when they're having a full computing session, they'll have a dedicated set that they can use. And here we have another playing space. This is for our Year 2 and Year 3 children, but it's also used for PE, netball matches as well. We've just had it fully refitted recently and remarked as well. So again, just shows the vast area of space that we have in the school. Okay, this is one of our Year 2 classrooms, so quite typical of the classrooms on the top corridor. We've got 3 Year 2 classrooms. This one is called Pine. Okay, so we're onto trees now. This Mob's classroom, so this is a Year 3 classroom. I've got Miss Lancaster as well, teaching assistant. Very fortunate here, we have a teaching assistant in every class, at least for a morning. Many classes it's for longer. In some classes where there are additional needs, we may have more than one adult as well. So very well off for adult support in school. Another part of our outdoor learning space. We also use it for playtimes. Traditionally known as the tyre park, so we've got the tyre arrangement on here, but we've also got picnic tables. We've got this fabulous new piece of equipment which we got just in the summer of 2020. We also have a outdoor theatre, and behind me a Forest Schools area, which I'll tell you a bit more about in a moment. Okay, welcome to our Forest Schools area. This is an area that we've left fairly wild, fantastic for environmental work in science and geography. But also used for multiple of reasons, including something called Forest Schools, which is where children take part in outdoor activities, learning about the world around them. So our insect house. And we've got a pond area as well behind the fence. And a bird watching area as well. Okay, now for the final section of the school. We're going into the upper school. This houses our year 4, our year 5 and our year 6 children. There's a couple of other things as well. And here we are in the library. Sorry, in the library. We're very lucky here at Garden Fields with the large site that we have some great facilities. The library being one of them. Very fortunate to have our own dedicated space as a library. I've worked in many schools where it's been a converted cupboard or something like that, so very pleased to have such a fantastic facility here. All the children get a chance to use it from reception right up to year 6. They can take books home and they can enjoy those alongside their regular reading books. And here we are in the upper school hall. When the school expanded from being a 2-form of entry to 3-form of entry school, we took over the whole of the upper school area, which used to be the St Albans Music School, which is now over at Townsend School. So the building all became ours, and as part of that, the upper school hall was converted as well to a fully fledged school hall. Since then, our PTA very generously have contributed towards a brand new floor, new curtains and blinds, also a new projector and sound system. And it's a multi-use hall used for sport and PE. We also use it for assemblies and productions and presentations as well. So a lovely facility, very fortunate to have 2 school halls. Now recently, as part of one of our WOW themes, we had a theme all about St Albans, and we had what's known as a recovery curriculum, so that was a way of getting our children to come back to school after lockdown, and as part of that they produced flags at home with their parents based around their experiences over the lockdown period, and the children and parents are going to be invited to come in small numbers to look around the hall and see the flags over the next few weeks. Okay, so in primary schools we have something called preparation, planning and assessment time for teachers. They will have what's known as 10% release time, where they're out of class, where they can do some planning, assessment work, that sort of thing. And it's covered in different ways in different schools. Here at Garden Fields we cover it through music and PE, and we're very lucky we have our own team of specialist sports coaches, and our specialist music teacher, Miss Ray, you've just seen. And Miss Ray, again, supported by Mrs Hayden, who is another of our music teachers, and we have some very talented TAs who help with that provision as well. Music, very big part of school life. The children, while they're at Garden Fields, go to the O2, to the what's known as Young Voices concert, which is a huge school with lots of schools from around the country. We also go to the Abbey as well each year for a special Christmas performance, and we also do another concert at the Alban Arena with the other primary schools in St Albans too. So lots of musical opportunities for the children as well as sporting ones. So as part of the expansion of the school, the old music school was fully converted and indeed extended to support 9 classrooms. So this is where our year 4s are. We've got Avon class here, so we're on to Rivers now. We've got 3 year 4 classes, 3 year 5 classrooms and 3 year 6s. Another classroom in the upper school, Moorhen. We're on to Birds of Prey now. This is the Year 5 classroom. And then one of our Year 6 classrooms, Swallow classroom. Outside as well, our playground for Year 6. They use the other playgrounds actually at lunchtime, but they have their dedicated one for their morning break and also for outdoor learning again. Okay, so this is our breakout area, as we call it, when the upper school was redesigned from the old music school. Obviously it was important to build in some spaces. So this is a little area where we can have mini assemblies with a year group. We have curriculum meetings in here each year as well for parents. We do that for each year group, so everyone knows at the start of the year what the expectations are around things like homework, spellings, that kind of thing, and also about topics that are going to be taught over the year and any trips that might be coming up. Our house captains sometimes meet in here as well. We have 4 houses at the school, and children, when they do their PE, for example, they wear their house colours. We have a house sports day each year, and we also have running house points as well, so those are taken in at the end of each week, and at the end of each term there's a special treat for the winning house as well. We also have a junior leadership team, very important, help us in terms of discussing ideas to make the school even better as we go forward. So we have those. We have some sustainability ambassadors as well who do some work around the environment. For example, a couple of years ago one of our children spoke with one of the local DIY stores and managed to get some free plants for planting in our Forest Schools area. So just an example of children using their initiatives and having that opportunity as well to learn about how they can work for the community, in this case the school, but actually they can take those skills then wider in life as they go forward, all part of their lifelong learning. Okay, and this is that playground I was just telling you about, the Year 6 playground. Just a few other things which I think are important for you to know about our school. We do teach modern foreign languages. We teach French as our language, as our specialist language. We do talk about the breadth of languages spoken throughout our community in St Albans, and we have many in our school. But from Year 2 onwards, we begin to specialise in French. We even go to France in Year 5 as part of that as well, which is quite a unique experience. There's very few schools, I think, that perhaps would do that. We go on the Wednesday on the Channel and arrive back on the Friday. It's a short stay in a beautiful country hotel in the north-west of France, and we visit various different attractions, and we've also got a link with the French school there, so we talk with their we actually go into the French school for the day and experience a French morning. We talk to them about our school, they talk to us about theirs, and the children have pen friends there who they play with at playtime and have lunch with, and it's a really fantastic trip. Year 4 go away as well. Before that, they actually go away just overnight. We go to a camping site. So they have an overnight stay in hostels, very nice ones. We've started going to Gilwell Park in Essex, which is a really beautiful outdoor centre, and they take part in activities during the day, and that's just a taster before they get to Year 5 where we do France, and Year 6 where we go to Manor Adventure, which is an outdoor centre with lots of climbing and outdoor activities, which the children thoroughly enjoy.
Say we need to do. Here we're divided by 9. What's the inverse, the opposite of dividing? Daniel? What's the opposite? Multiplying.
So here we are, we're on the reception playground here. You've seen the school, but this is where we'd love to see your children next year, playing on our reception playground. Behind us, that's the early years block, as I say, almost like their own mini school all to themselves. Just in terms of that transition into school, our teaching team will visit nurseries and other providers where our children will be coming from to join us in September. We have a Meet the Teacher Day in the summer term where the children come in for a couple of hours in the morning and they get to see the school working. The other thing that we do is when the children start, we break them in fairly gently with some mornings to begin with, building up to a full day. It's usually about a 2-week period building up to that first day, usually a Friday, so the children have a weekend to recover and then they begin on the following Monday. Well, it's been a pleasure talking to you. I'm Mr. Farrugia, the head teacher here. Hope to hear more from you soon.